theories or carelessly tossing out public claims of deception by another person or group of people. Do you see what they've done in the first paragraph? They have they've set out, this is going to be a response to your conspiracy theories. This is totally turning the tables. Given the ease at which the reputation of an honest man or woman can be unjustly tarnished and smeared, good sense and morality demands that one be reluctant to publicly attack the character and honor of others without first investigating the available facts and confirming that such deception has actually occurred. Now, by the end of this letter, you are going to have to ask yourself, is Pete Sessions a good guy or a bad guy? Because he has to respond to this. And if he didn't know the things that his office are doing, and it's this clear, if he didn't know, then he is completely incompetent. And you will find it hard to believe that he didn't know by the end of the letter. But if he didn't know, he's incompetent and shouldn't be in Congress. If he did know, he is dishonest. We are not in a position to say with certainty the claims your campaign have been making arise out of an intentional effort to deceive or lie to the constituents of the Congressional District 32. We are, however, in a position to say that your campaign has made numerous claims that are false and clearly not supported by the facts, and we will address each in turn below. He said there that you claim the organizers of an event employed deception to fool constituents into thinking that we were holding an event that was an official town hall meeting. In the correspondence we've seen, you haven't included any portion of the content of any event invitation evidencing the alleged deception. Give you the benefit of the doubt, presume that you didn't review the event invitation before leveling this accusation. Here is the invitation, and it says, a People's Town Hall for Congressional Pete Sessions, in bold face. Pete has been invited, but will he show up? So it's clear that that wasn't a congressional town hall meeting because the invitation itself said it's not. It's a people's town hall, and we've invited him, but we don't know if he'll even show up. It goes on to talk about this. The People's Town Hall on August 29th was not planned or funded by FreedomWorks. Your letter seems to imply that the People's Town Hall for Pete Sessions on August 28th was somehow planned or funded by FreedomWorks. It wasn't. A completely separate event, a town hall for Senator John Cornyn on August 17th, was paid for, planned, and organized by FreedomWorks, as anyone attending that event would know without question. The August 17th event for John Cornyn event prominently featured FreedomWorks staff, FreedomWorks banners, and FreedomWorks materials. That was obvious, and it was made public and not secret in any way, shape, or form. The 29th People's Town Hall for Pete Sessions, in contrast, grew out of frustration of many constituents and former supporters who felt you had stonewalled them with no intention to have a public town hall during your recess. It was planned by local activists and paid for entirely by approximately 200 constituents present at the town hall event. FreedomWorks played no role whatsoever in planning or funding the event. Any insinuation or suggestion made by you or your campaign team is contrary and simply false. It's all footnoted here. They go on to talk about these crazy people that are trying to challenge Pete Sessions. Why is there a Republican primary challenge against Pete Sessions at all? Your campaign letter complains that a group of libertarians and Tea Party members are being pushed by FreedomWorks to actively support a primary challenger against you. We'd be very interested to learn what, if anything, you base this claim on. It says, from conversations with many informed constituents of your district, it's pretty clear that no one supporting a primary challenger against you has needed to be pushed. Increasing numbers of informed Republicans in your district are learning just how far out of step you have gotten with the core principles of your own Republican constituents. If you want to know who has left the conservative Republicans of Congressional District 32 with no option, it's you. You should look in the mirror. To review, you have bottled up the bill for a House Select Committee investigation on Benghazi for nearly 8 months, preventing a floor vote or even a debate on Benghazi. You can't blame FreedomWorks for that. And we're pretty sure that's John Boehner's influence, but we can't say for sure. We don't believe it was Jim DeMint or State Conservatives Fund that forced you to vote for the Wall Street bailouts. the fiscal cliff deal raising the taxes on nearly 80% of Americans, the continuing hikes in the debt limit, or the steady stream of ridiculously bloated spending packages that you've supported, including but not limited to the $1 trillion farm bill. You did that on your own. Club for Growth didn't do it, as far as we know. They didn't try to coerce you into fighting against the effort of Ted Cruz and others to defend Obamacare, even going so far as to actively block the House conservatives' attempt to defund Obamacare in the prior continuing resolution. That was your decision. The Heritage Foundation hasn't forced you to continue support and staunchly defend Speaker John Boehner despite his clear weakness and lack of leadership. You have. The biggest threat to you is your own voting record. And this is signed by Russell Ramsland, Charles Armstrong, Barb Stauffer, and Ken Emanuelson. I think this is what is going to start happening to all of these progressive GOP members who have lost their soul. All of them who are blocking anybody from common sense spending limits, anyone who is voting for the continuing, ever-expanding growth of our government, anybody who is blocking the efforts to defund Obamacare, they are going to find themselves at the voting booth in so much trouble because the American people are done with it.